Can we call the meeting to order, or you need to turn us on?
Good evening, Commissioners.
Good evening. Is red on or off? On. I thought. Good evening. I'd like to call the June meeting of the City of York Human Relations Commission to order. Can we have roll call, please?
Commissioner Edmondson,
Here.
Commissioner Crosby,
Present.
Commissioner Torres, she's excused. Commissioner Khan is also excused. Commissioner Eister,
Here.
Commissioner Phillips,
Present.
Commissioner Query.
Present.
We have a quorum to start the meeting.
Thank you. Do we have any public comments? Thank you. Can we have a motion to approve the May minutes? Do we have any questions regarding those first?
I'll make a motion to approve May's minutes. I'll second.
Any questions? All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Administrative updates. Do you want to hold yours until the end of the meeting since you've called for an executive session, or do you have information?
I'm gonna ask these guys to go first, and then I have stuff to report, and then additional for a quick executive session.
Okay. Thank you.
Who's going?
Good evening.
Good evening.
Nice to see you all. I'm excited. I'm sure you guys are excited for the summer, so summer break. Anyway, so just to make it brief, the ED wanted me to go ahead and speak about this past weekend. The Pride event for York happened. It was a great turnout. We were present. Commissioner Torres was present. My girlfriend was present in this event as well. So we were able to go and sit down and be able to go and partake in the event. As stated, there was a good turnout, but I don't want it to go ahead and go on her that it seems that it was slightly less of a crowd compared to last year. Now, we were trying to go and brainstorm to see if it was because of the No Kings protests that were happening around the country, especially here in York, which it seemed that there was definitely a great crowd downtown as well. So I was very proud to go ahead and see and impress the turnout that we had. Definitely needed people advocating for our community. So that was one thing. On the other hand as well, I was a little surprised with the security of the event as well. Last year, it was a very tight ship. They went ahead and they had metal detectors. They had security guards. They were there being very careful about how they went about the security of the place. This year, I'm sadly to say that they were not as thorough, with the searches. I was able to go and walk right into the event without any one stopping me, any security. They weren't on it. I had no one. I don't even think I was acknowledged, if I'm being completely honest. My girlfriend also experienced the same thing through a different door, which was not even an entrance for the event at all. She was able to go in and going through a place, one of the doors on the side of the building where they had no security whatsoever. So that was slightly concerning, Now, like I said, there was a good crowd. I don't know if I don't know if it was because of the event, and people trickling in at some given point throughout the day, throughout the event. It was a long day, but at the same time, we also went ahead and took part of the Stop the Violence recently as well. So the weekend before. So that also had a great event, even though it was raining, you know. So, but most of us stuck it out, and actually the sun ended up coming out. It ended up being a pretty bright sunny day. Ended up being hot, so I had I ended up sharing the tent with Casa actually, because it ended up being so bright and sunny. This week we have the Juneteenth events, so we have one on Thursday. That's with Union Lutheran. Yeah. So that will be this Thursday, and on Saturday we will be partaking on the one for the city as well. So we have 2 Juneteenth events this week that we will be taking part of. So
What was this coming week's event again?
Juneteenth.
Oh, June.
Yeah. So
Thank you.
Yeah. So yeah, so this one on Thursday. It seems that that's where most of the organizations are going to be having their events related to it. But then also on Saturday, the city will be hosting ours as well. So I will be at both of them. If you guys wanted to stop by, your presence is always great to have. So like I said, Commissioner Torres was at the Pride event. So, and Samara and I officially and unofficially were at the Stop the Violence the week before. So, definitely now it starts to pick up the traffic of the events that we go to. Even though there's still like a significant decrease compared to what it was previously. I don't know if it has to do with the fundings of some organizations. So beyond that, I think that we're gonna keep looking at the calendars, and if you guys have any recommendations as well, I'll take any information about any other events that we can go ahead and take part of as well. So it was a good event. Looking forward to the 2 this week, and hopefully we have a few more for the summer that will be good to have to talk about. So.
Can we ask that any other events during the summer that you let us know at least when they are?
Okay, yeah, no, I can definitely go ahead and make it a point to go ahead and make an invitation for you guys and let you guys know about the details of the time and place. So that should be no problem.
Great, thank you.
Hello again. So my colleague Miguel said that indirectly I was also at the Stop the Violence, because I was at Stop the Violence, but I was at Stop the Violence with the church that organizes Stop the Violence, and I did go through our table after I took off the dino suit, because it was very hot. The only one there with a dino suit. Yes, that was me. So we were there. This year it did break records. It was a lot more people there, even though it was raining. But this is the 3rd year that they do the Children's March all the way from Mulberry Street to Penn Park. So yeah, it's getting bigger, and I think people are coming out more. People are actually being a part of it and knowing what the efforts are, you know, as a whole, as a city, as, you know, different organizations to stop the violence here in the city. Besides that, we had a client, and that client, his case has been closed, and
They know who the client is.
but we're streaming, so is that fine?
I gotcha.
Okay, so so that client, she could go into more details later on in the executive session. That case has been closed, and for us, he did something so special, because after everything was, you know, over and done, he came. I'm not gonna say unannounced, but he didn't have an appointment or anything. He just said, I need to stop by during these, you know, hours. So we're like, of course, you know, come in. When he comes in with a big, huge, beautiful bouquet of flowers, 3 gift bags with a handwritten card and a beautiful cap for each one of us. And he called me Miss Supreme. What was your name?
Miss Undaunted.
Super investigator.
So, now we have our superhero names, thanks to him. So I believe that it touched us in the sense that we do something for people. And yes, this is our job. We get paid for it, yes. But we do it out of our hearts too, because we know what they go through. In each individual, lives, we have encountered whatever it is that our clients come in with. Whatever type of discrimination. If it's not the boss, it's Miguel, it's me, but we can relate. And that's something that for me is very, very important, because it's one of the things that I think should keep HRC alive. Because there's people out there who need us very profoundly, very deep, for real. Other than that, I don't want to get emotional because I am a crybaby, but we have been revamping the coloring book. I don't know if the ones who have been here the longest, remember that I brought in 2022 coloring book that I was doing for HRC. So the boss and we have been gathering ideas, and Miguel. So now we're, revamping it. We're changing some of the pictures, being a little bit more inclusive, changing a little bit more of the words so it could be more adaptive or adapted for the public. So soon, I'm sorry?
In different languages.
Yep. So soon you guys are going to see a whole new different book, and it might even have more pages. Yeah. So, yep.
Well, thank you for that. If those of you who have not seen the coloring book, it really breaks down the role of the HRC in a way that's much more accessible to our families and gives the children an opportunity to be involved in it. It was very nice before, so I'm looking forward to see what it looks like now. And Samara, we do appreciate the heart that each one of you bring to the work that you do, even the boss.
This is the jefa, the way I call her, the jefa.
They call me other things, but not here.
So any other report?
No, that's it on my part.
No, I've got it. I have one or two things just to kind of bring you all in. We've been asked by the York County Homeless Coalition to provide their fair housing training this year. That's a little more expansive, especially because of the fact that a lot of the information that was normally available for them on the website is no longer available. We're also going to go into specifically how Pennsylvania law might differ a little bit, and specifically put together, Miguel's working on this with me, information on landlord-tenant rights and also what their responsibilities. So that's going to happen at the beginning of July. I continue to participate on the PHRC Civil Tensions Task Force. This is a task force that they have where they're sort of keeping an eye on the state of things, as it were, with regard to what's happening to civil rights across PA. There is we got to get this to you, PHRC Civil Tensions Task Force is actually having, is that next? I'll get you the dates. A gathering locally, just to kind of give it. No, this one is in town. They're doing it here. This one is really about giving people an idea of what PHRC does, but specifically with civil rights. So it's their task force that's coming in. I will get you that date. Finally, we've been invited through PHRC, but specifically for the Human Rights International Office to give a proposal for a training in Philadelphia. This is a week-long event that is tentatively scheduled for August 14th through the week. Jada and I are looking to put this together, coming at it from the perspective of, as far as DEIB, what happens now and how do we go forward? And sort of coming up with community strategies on how to effectively keep this in play. Sort of the notion that DEIB is not just a checklist, but it is actually a responsibility, and how to go about doing that, even if the language has changed. Right now, with regard to nonprofit agencies that are attempting to get federal funds, there are over 100 words that are trigger words with regard to trying to apply for grants, that if those words are seen, that you're immediately thrown out. And those words also include things like female, women. So it's not like anything out of, it's just, I'm just gonna leave that there. So we're just gonna try to come up with strategies in order to provide this sort of training and get communities talking to one another. So the other piece that I have, I will talk with you in our executive meeting. It's not long, just a few things.
Thank you. Old business, we're looking at the commissioners who need to make a decision if they're going to stay on the commission, and the only one I believe that is up this year is Jason Query, and I think I know your answer, but can you share whether you want to be?
Yes, please.
Yes, thank you. The other commissioners are either going off the commission in 26 or 27, so we need to fill some spaces. I don't have new candidates in mind right now, so over the next couple of months, get me the names of some candidates. I would like to see even more diversity on the commission, as well as we need more city residents. That's an important thing we need to fill.
One of the thoughts I had, it would be really great to have somebody who perhaps goes to the high school, have somebody who is younger, represents a different generation, has a different understanding or a different experience of what discrimination looks like from that particular age group. And I'm wondering if, just sort of tapping some resources, folks around the city to see if they have anybody in mind. And coming off the event that you did at the library, you worked with a lot of young people in that particular, which would cover sort of a mental health plus an age. I think that would potentially be good
Some names
possibilities.
that might be, consider that.
Yep.
Another demographic I would like for us to connect with is those with physical disabilities. We haven't had someone to represent them on the commission for a couple of years, and that's, I think that's important for us to have that viewpoint on the commission as well. So if you can think of any names. So, new business, future trainings?
Yeah, I just wanted to touch on this very briefly. We had done a couple in the beginning. I kind of put it off, waiting to see what transpires between now and September. Because so many of the things that we are looking at are influenced by what's happening in the environs out there. So I thought as we get closer and we sort of come back in September, there may be updates with regard to, for example, funding that I can at least catch you up on, or other data points that might be necessary. One of the things that Jada and I were talking about was reintroducing the notion of racism as a public health crisis and circling back around, given the current state of affairs. That would require us also to bring you up to date on what that would look like. But I think we'll have a better handle on how to prioritize in September.
I think something else that I would like to see is also working with the homeless community and housing in, it's a major issue in the city of York. And the discrimination that takes
Agreed.
place in that arena is major.
As we know, as we have found out.
We have been working with the Stable Housing Collaborative. We have been, it's almost now over a year now. And I think that definitely this will be something that I would say, given the influence that you guys have, to see who else we can introduce to this collaborative. It seems that there is a big circle that we are doing within it that is kind of holding back being actively in pursuing some type of resolution to the issue or trying to go ahead and assist. So given how, like I say, how influential you guys are, I think that would be something that we should go ahead and put some more attention to it. And given that there's something working in the background already, definitely will be beneficial to go ahead and have that part of the conversation.
Yeah,
Can I interject for that?
yes.
I do know the contact for friends and neighbors that could possibly come talk to us for the homeless part of it as well. Because me and her went to the leadership York class together, so I can definitely get you guys connected.
Yeah,
With
at
her
the
as
library.
well.
Yeah, we work with them as well at the library.
Yes. Just wanted to share.
Any other new business? Jason's not going to sing and dance for us. Okay. A motion to adjourn the meeting and so that we can go into executive session?
Second.
Who made the motion?
Mine.
Yeah. I mean, so, all in favor? Okay.